Alrighty, welcome back to the late night podcast is what we're going to go with for the name for now, but let's get into it. I feel like last time I didn't introduce myself a little bit better. My name's Vicente. I'm 15. I'm born and raised in Toledo, little city in Ohio. You know, it's not too bad around here, but it's not the best. But first thing I want to talk about is my plans for the future, because I feel like a lot of people around my age already, it's never in the middle. It's either people are always super prepared or they don't even really know what they want to do right now. But I'm probably the first option, but I think I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do right now. You know, I don't really feel like nobody really wants to go to college. There's probably, I don't know, probably is people who want to go to college. I feel like people want to go to college not just because they want to, but just the idea to go to college. Nobody wants to be that person at the next family barbecue who has nothing to say when everyone's bringing up, like, oh, I got a law degree, and oh, I got this and that degree. I mean, you don't want to be the one left out. You don't want to be like, oh, what are you doing right now? Oh, you know, got a little job on the internet, you know, I fix computers, you know, you don't want to be one of those guys. But I don't really plan on going to college, you know. I feel like there's plenty of jobs that are great that you can get with your high school diploma, and I feel like student loans are just a really big, like, people say that like college and stuff like that gives you a head start on life, but I feel like same time like student loans gives you like a really good, they like just say, yeah, you know, screw you, we gonna like set you back like a good $20,000 in debt. So I mean, I'd rather not deal with all that. I'd rather have whatever money I have be mine. But yeah, plans for the future wise, I like to make music. Like, I really like to make music. Like, you know, I like the background of music. Just I don't even really care about what genre it is. I mean, I listen to every genre. One genre I can't really get into though is like, I can't get into country music. Like, I know like some rappers like Lil Nas X try to make it like a genre switch or like a double genre, but I could never get into it. You know, some people may like a lot of country music, but I could see the appeal, because like a lot of country music around now is like, it's more like pop music for real. It's more like just pop music with a little bit of the country instrumentals now for real. Like, I remember like forever ago, I used to listen to a lot of country music only because I went to daycare, and they used to have to, like, that was the only thing we could listen to at the time. That and like, well, coincidentally podcast, but they weren't really that interesting for real. They were just a lot of them, like, some of them were. There was one that I liked, they always played Christmas music, and their podcast was alright. I feel like, I don't know, I felt trapped there. I feel like I didn't really have any freedom there, which is a messed up thing to say, because there's some people who are actually like struggling with freedom problems in like Iraq and stuff. But, you know, first world problems. But yeah, I like to rap, so I'd really want to do that in the future. But you know, you always gotta have a backup plan, because saying you want to rap in the future really isn't saying much. I mean, that's like the same thing as saying you want to be in the NFL or NBA. Like, of course, every child's dream was to be in the NFL or NBA, sports-wise. But you know, it's a really hard job to get, so everyone should really have a plan B. My plan B, for example, is I would like to be a trucker, because I feel like truckers make a lot of good money. Like, it's good money. Like, a lot of people don't think about like stuff like that. I haven't really researched into it that much, so I don't know if truckers have like benefits. But yeah, being a trucker, pretty good job. I know my grandma was offered to do it, but I feel like she just didn't want to, because it was a boring job to her. But I like being alone for real. So being on the road for a long period of time, you know, just zone out, listen to music. Be on the road for a long time. You get to go everywhere. I mean, even if you don't get to enjoy the stops and stuff, but you still there. You can still say that you went there. So yeah, that's about. They get paid good money too, and I mean, it's a little bit on the social side. It's a little bit awkward because you're on the road for long periods of time, so you ain't gonna be. If you have like kids and a wife at home, it's kind of sketch. Wife could be cheating on you. But yeah, that's probably what I want to do when I get older. But I don't know. Tell me what y'all want to do. So leave it down in the comments. But next topic I want to talk about is, I don't know if it's just the Toledo life, like Toledo of me, but like everyone here wants to nobody wants to be in Toledo. Like everyone who gets rich or gets out of Toledo, they always instantly get out of Toledo. Like no one wants to be here for real. It's not like Detroit or New York or Chicago where it's like you can like really rep your city. Like I don't know, a lot of people do rep Toledo, but like not like how people in Chicago and stuff do. Everyone who gets popular instantly wants to get out here, and I don't blame them. There's nothing to do here. It's a really boring place. It's like only thing we got to do here is Cedar Point semi-close to us, so that's about it. But yeah, just stuff like that. But I feel like a lot. There's a really good sense of hustle in Toledo. Like it's like everyone wants to make money right now. Like I always was interested in how to make money. Like ever since I was little, I wanted, not even little, just ever since 5th grade, because I always just wanted to be I want to be that guy who can if my friends are struggling, I want to be able to help them. I want to be able to help people around me and stuff like that. So I've always wanted to be able to get a lot of money, and I've always wanted to start now. So that's kind of how I got into music, is because I knew you can get money you could start making money that grown folks are making right now, One sec. So back to what we were talking about. My bad. My brother's coming upstairs, so I had to kind of inform him that I was doing stuff. But what was I back? Oh yeah, making money. So I've always wanted to be like that guy with money. So I always look up a lot of different ways to make money, and I found out what I found interesting was that I always knew about reselling, how you can buy stuff and make a profit off it by selling it for a higher price. What I didn't know, however, though, was that you didn't even have to really buy that item. You could just advertise it for someone, or sell it on your website without owning it, and they would have to buy it. But they would buy it, and then they would pay the extra price that you're putting on the price tag, which I always thought was pretty cool. But some people don't think like that. But I found that out a couple days ago, and that was pretty interesting to me. Stuff like that interests me. I feel like I get interested by a lot of things, stuff that you wouldn't really think other people would be interested by, or at least I don't think people would be interested by. But wanted to know if you knew if anyone in Toledo area knows a photographer or such stuff like that. I really wanted to get a hold of a photographer, so if anyone out there knows one, or even if they're not even a well-established photographer, if you out here and you trying to become a photographer, we in the same boat. I'm trying to be out here being a rapper, making podcasts. You trying to be a photographer, you come over here, do something for me. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, type of thing. You feel me? You shout me out on whatever you are on, I shout you out on whatever I am. It's a win-win for both of us. When you get paid, I can put it on. If I get a couple views here and there, I'll get paid. And then if that song does end up blowing up, that gives you a lot of popularity too. So it's a win-win for both of us. If I blow up, you blow up, So yeah, if you or anyone the photographer, I keep my contact information, my Instagram and stuff, down in the description. So I might put my email down there too, just in case you want to email me, business email. But you dig. Another thing I want to do is I want to start having little segments called story time segments. And this is actually my second time recording this podcast, because the first time it ended up being recorded off my webcam, and the quality on the camera was a little bit whack, so I had to re-record it. So hopefully it's a little bit better than this time, But story time. So when I was in middle school, I had a friend. Well, we're friends now. At the time, we probably weren't that good of friends, you know, because this happened. But let's call him Tyrone. It's not his real name, but I ain't trying to put him on the spot like that. Well, it was a breakfast one day. Pretty sure it was in the springtime because I remember it being, I didn't have a coat on. But yeah, I don't know what year, but we had gotten to a pretty idiotic argument in breakfast time. And we was like, all right, bet. We're going to throw hands about it. That's how we settle it here in Toledo. Just throw hands, or it ain't even happen for real. I mean, but yeah, so we decided we're going to throw hands about it. So we get outside. It's recess. That's how you know it's a pretty long time ago because we actually still had a recess. But get outside. It's recess time, and I see him, and I'm like, well, that's him, but who's that dude right behind him? And I'm like, I hope he's not trying to like hide behind dude, because I could obviously see him. So boom, he gets over here. His cousin's with him. I know his cousins too. Let's call him Bates. You know, I ain't trying to put him on the spots either. But so he pops out, and you know, I'm a pretty big dude, you know. And at this time, not a lot of my friends had hit their growth spurt or went to puberty, to be a matter of fact. So I was still a lot stronger than them because, you know, I was just naturally a big dude. So we get into fighting, and I'm just tossing dude Bates around like a rag doll. And same goes with the dude Tyrone too. But like he's still like, he keeping his distance and kind of just letting Bates do his thing. And all I remember, like the highlight being, was that somehow they got me on the floor. Pause. And I was on my knees. Pause. And dude kicked me in my mitt. And that was just a little highlight of there. But I remember I just stood up right after. Like I remember it hurting, but I remember I was just being irritated, so it didn't really faze me like that. But that's a little story time, you know. Trying to put those in every episode from now on, just a little segment of it. But yeah, if you want to have any other little segments in there, you know, drop it in the comments. You know, I'm still new to this, still trying to grasp ideas and such. So if you have any ideas, just leave them down in the comments. You know, I always read those. If you comment, I'm always like them, you know. But if there's anyone out there who would like to be on the podcast, you know, talk about your interests and stuff, you know, it's still a way to get out there, you know. Even if you don't like say if you like art, you come out here, we can talk about art, you can talk about common interests, you feel me? You know, people gonna watch it, they're gonna know about you. You can put it on your story like, hey guys, look on my podcast. You know, it's a conversation piece, you know. Even if like people don't know, just be like, you know, I was on a podcast, you know, this one time, it was pretty dope, you know. Just something to say, you know, something to say you did, you know, or just something to do ever. You ever bored, just be like, hey, there's that podcast guy, you know, get it set up, you feel me? I got 2 mics here. Also, if anyone in Toledo is interested in rapping or singing or anything like that, you know, I'm providing studio time because, you know, I got like $1,000 worth of equipment and got 2 mics, pair of headphones, monitor speakers, you know, stuff like that. So I got like the basic minimum editing software. So, you know, if you want to bring your laptop, and you can just hook your laptop up to everything I got here. If you want to do your own thing, you know, or I could just help you out a little bit, you know, selling studio time. So I'm going to do $5 an hour. So $5 for an hour, 10 for 2, 15 for 3. But for 4 hours, I'm going to also do 15. So, you know, 4 hours is just a limited deal. So I'm probably gonna raise my prices in like a couple months or something if it goes well. But yeah, if you know anyone who wants to gets into rapping or get into singing or something, someone who does voiceovers, you know, let them know. Be like, hey, I watched this podcast, you know, dude said you live in Toledo area, doing a little collab, you know, and get yourself out there. But yeah, we're going around the 15-minute mark, so I'm gonna wrap up, and yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.